A kiss is a sign of love and affection. There are different kinds of kisses. The environment, relationships, family, and age matter the most in determining the type of kiss. The peak kiss, American kiss, French kiss, neck kiss, butterfly kiss, forehead kiss, kiss on head, Eskimo kiss, hand kiss, cheek kiss, and air kiss are much in use and well known throughout the world. However, in this video, we present some unusual kisses that are famous historically. These are unique and distinct kisses and signify a particular purpose. The first kiss is the controversial kiss of Jesus to his disciple Mary Magdalene. She was very close to Jesus, and she was present at every momentous point in his life. She was present during Jesus' ministry, crucifixion, and resurrection. This kiss is not mentioned in any gospel in the New Testament. This kiss came to light for the first time from the Gnostic texts, most notably the Gospel of Philip, which was part of the Nag Hammadi library discovered in Egypt in 1945. In the Gospel of Philip, there is a passage suggesting a close relationship between Jesus and Mary Magdalene, stating that Jesus loved Mary more than the other disciples and often kissed her on the mouth. In modern times, the idea of a romantic relationship between Jesus and Mary Magdalene has been popularized in fiction and media, most notably in works like Dan Brown's book named The Da Vinci Code. The second most famous kiss is known as the kiss of betrayal. This kiss has been mentioned in the New Testament. This kiss was given to Jesus by Judas Iscariot, who was a disciple of Jesus. He used the kiss as a tool of betrayal around 29 Christian era when he embraced Jesus Christ in the Garden of Gethsemane. The Council of Jewish leaders called Sanhedrin, under the high priest Caiaphas, had paid Judas 30 pieces of silver to identify Jesus. With a kiss, Judas singled out Jesus, and on this cue, Jesus was arrested. Later on, he was charged with blasphemy and revolt against the Roman Empire and condemned to death by crucifixion by the Roman governor Pontius Pilate. The third famous kiss is called the Kiss of Awakening. It is mentioned in the classic and timeless fairy tale called Sleeping Beauty. The kiss first appeared in Charles Perrault's version of 1697 and later adapted by the brothers Grimm. With this kiss, the handsome prince awakened Princess Aurora, who was under the spell of an evil fairy whom her parents forgot to invite to a grand ceremony to celebrate the birth of their daughter. The wicked fairy cursed the princess, proclaiming that on her 16th birthday she would prick her finger on a spindle and die. Thankfully, one good fairy had not yet given her blessing, and she intervened to mitigate the curse, as she could not undo the curse of the evil fairy. Instead of dying, the princess fell into a deep sleep that had to last for 100 years until she was awakened by true love's kiss. Determined to protect their daughter, the king and queen banned all spindles from the kingdom and raised the princess in seclusion. Despite their efforts, on the eve of her 16th birthday, the princess stumbled upon an old woman spinning at a spindle in a secluded tower. Curious, she reached out to touch it and pricked her finger, fulfilling the curse. As the curse took effect, the entire kingdom fell into a deep slumber, along with the princess. A thick forest of thorns grew around the castle, shielding it from the outside world. Years passed, and tales of the sleeping princess spread throughout the land. Princes and adventurers attempted to penetrate the thorny barrier, but none succeeded until one day, a brave prince learned of the sleeping kingdom and set out to rescue the princess. Guided by the legends, the prince battled through the thorns until he reached the castle. With a kiss of true love, he awakened the sleeping princess, breaking the curse that had held her captive for a century. The fourth famous kiss is called the Kiss of Compassion. In the classic tale, The Frog Prince, a princess noticed a small green frog sitting on a lily pad, croaking softly. Intrigued, she approached the frog and was surprised to hear it say that he was a prince and not an ordinary frog. He had been enchanted by a wicked witch and transformed into a frog. He needed a kiss from the princess to break the witch's spell. The princess, moved by his story, invited the prince to stay at the castle. Over time, they developed love and finally married each other. The story, The Frog Prince, was first published by the brothers Grimm in their collection Grimm's Fairy Tales in 1812 in Germany. The fifth kiss is the iconic VJ Day kiss. It was photographed by Alfred Eisenstadt, a renowned photojournalist working for Life magazine. The photograph was taken on August 14, 1945, in Times Square, New York City. It captures a spontaneous moment of celebration at the end of World War II, known as VJ Day, Victory over Japan Day. This day marked Japan's surrender and the conclusion of World War II, leading to widespread jubilation across the United States. The image depicts a U.S. Navy sailor passionately kissing a woman in a white dress. For many years, the identities of the kissing couple remained a mystery, as various individuals claimed to be the sailor and the nurse in the photograph. The woman was later identified as Greta Zimmer Friedman, a dental assistant who was working in New York City at the time. The sailor was identified as George Mendonça, who later confirmed that he had been caught up in the excitement of the day and spontaneously kissed Greta. This moment of exuberance became one of the most recognizable and enduring images of the 20th century, symbolizing the relief and joy felt by millions at the war's end. The name of the sixth kiss is the kiss of humility. In 1975, a remarkable gesture of humility took place when Pope Paul VI of the Catholic Church kissed the feet of Metropolitan Melaton of Chalcedon, envoy of Patriarch Demetrios I, who was then the head of the Eastern Orthodox Church, during the Feast of Saints Peter and Paul on June 29, 1975, at the Sistine Chapel in Vatican City. The two men were commemorating the 10th anniversary of the lifting of excommunications that the churches of Constantinople and Rome had conferred on each other during the 11th century. Taken aback by the pontiff's dramatic action, Melaton attempted to kiss the Pope's feet in return, but the Pope prevented him from doing so. Melaton instead kissed his hand. Pope Paul VI's act of kissing the feet of Metropolitan Melaton, an emissary of the ecumenical Patriarch of Constantinople, was deeply symbolic. This act echoed the teachings of Christ regarding humility and servitude, notably Jesus washing the feet of his disciples. The gesture was part of the ongoing efforts to heal the rift between the Roman Catholic and Eastern Orthodox churches, which had been divided since the Great Schism of 1054. The schism resulted from theological, political, and cultural disagreements, leading to a millennium of estrangement between the two branches of Christianity. By kissing the feet of Metropolitan Melaton, Pope Paul VI underscored his commitment to reconciliation and mutual respect. The seventh and last kiss is known in the annals with its unusual name, the kiss that didn't happen. On March 25, 1975, King Faisal of Saudi Arabia was engaged in discussions with the Kuwait oil minister at the royal palace in Riyadh when the king's nephew, Prince Faisal ibn Musaad Abdel Aziz, entered the room. King Faisal stood up and greeted the young prince. He leaned in for what appeared to be a customary kiss on the cheek, a traditional sign of respect in Arabian culture. The young Prince Faisal bin Musaid, however, instead of reciprocating the king's gesture, drew a concealed revolver and fatally shot the king at point-blank range. The cause of the assassination of the king could not be ascertained. This shocking act of regicide sent shockwaves throughout Saudi Arabia and the world. King Faisal, known for his progressive reforms and modernization efforts in Saudi Arabia, was widely mourned, and his death had profound implications for the kingdom and the broader Middle East. In the aftermath of the assassination, Prince Faisal bin Musaid was apprehended and subsequently executed for his crime.